My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
The Last of Us. Everybody's favorite game of 2020 and your chosen game of the year 2020. We back on the scene, fam. we back on the scene. First off, apologies lately for not really uploading a lot of content these past 2 weeks. Don't worry, I got some stuff coming for you suckers. Just had to take a little breaky break. Just had to take a little breaky break, okay? But recently, and by recently I do mean like yesterday, they news just started dropping. The first news that came out, someone had actually sent me this on Discord, shout out to Stirs. I seen this and I'm like, are they like messing with us like right now? Like a Black Joel, bro. Woo! I mean, it is Black History Month. Come on now. Maybe. It comes to fruition that Pedro Pascal joins Bella Ramsey, which I'm gonna get to her later. Pedro Pascal is going to be HBO's Joel Miller. Who are you? And when I seen him, I'm like, bro, where did I see this freaking guy before? Like, I couldn't put my finger on. I'm like, what movie or TV show that I recently seen him in? Because I haven't seen like too much of his work, but when I seen his face, I'm like, bro, where did I recently see this dude? And it was an Equalizer 2. I think I'm like, that's where I seen him. So he actually is a decent actor. As far as like acting wise, you know, I don't really have like too much doubts or just to say about that, because I do feel like as far as acting, he can pull off the role. But yeah, his name is Pedro, and like, I don't want to sound like racial, like I don't want to sound racist at all, but any sucker that's name is Pedro, I mean, he gotta be like Hispanic or something. So we have a Hispanic playing Joel, okay? When I was thinking Joel, of course, we were thinking Hugh Jackman. I was thinking Gerard Butler. I was even thinking freaking the butcher from The Boys. Maybe he could play Joel, stuff like that. Just as who looks like Joel, who do we think can pull off Joel's just presence, just the persona, just the grittiness of Joel Miller. I was thinking about guys like that. Not necessarily Pedro Pascal, but again, I've seen some of his acting works, and I definitely feel like as far as acting wise, he'll be pretty good as Joel. What freshness, what new unique things can he even add to the character to possibly make the TV series of Joel somewhat better than the game, even though I think that's going to be hard to do because Troy Baker, I mean, come on now, that's Joel, sucker. So but yeah, what do you guys think about that move? And then we got to Bella Ramsey. At first, when I was because if you look at her, if you look at pictures of her, I'm thinking, bro, is this chick like 11? Is she like 12? Because she looks really young, and apparently she was in Game of Thrones, I think, because that's how a lot of the articles was looking at the time, but apparently she wasn't in like a lot of episodes of Game of Thrones. I'm like, cause I was like looking to see her like work in Game of Thrones, but I like couldn't find it. I know in part 1 Ellie was like what, 13 or 14. Yes, she was young, but this chick, I'm like, bro, she looks like 10. She looks like 9 or 10, 11 max. And I'm like, bro, this chick playing I honestly had more of an issue with Ellie's casting choice more so than Pedro Pascal. Cause I was just like, I don't even see like Ellie in her, you know. But apparently, bro, when I like actually went to her thing, bro, she's 17. I'm like, what? You Because you know how white people age like milk. So I'm like, no, she's like 10 or I'm like 17. Wow, she does not look 17 at all. She looks like 10 or 11. I've never seen none of her work. I don't really know, if she's a good actor or not like that, or a good actress. So yeah, I'm not really too sure about this casting choice. I have my eyebrows more raised on this, casting choice more so than Pedro Pascal. My whole stance is, if since they did choose to do do a TV series of Joel and Ellie, you do kind of have to freshen it up. I do feel like, because if you just try to cast people that look like Joel and Ellie, I mean, yeah, that's great. Like, imagine if they casted Hugh Jackman as Joel, and casted I don't know, freaking whoa, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot she's Elliot. No, please don't cancel me. I forgot. I honestly forgot. Yeah, but just cast someone who looks like Ellie. I mean, yeah, that would be great. But at the same time, like, if they did that, I mean, I think we would just be looking, at them trying. Like, we want to see Joel and Ellie done right. But at the same time, do you just want a complete like copy of Joel and Ellie from the game to like the TV series? Like, me personally, no. I do want to see, some type of freshness, brought to the characters in the TV series. Like, I still want them to be them in the TV series, but at the same time, I want to see, whoever, plays these two characters, which is going to be these two, bring some freshness, to the TV series that may not necessarily have been seen in the game. So maybe, to cast these two actors, maybe that's kind of just how they was like thinking to, bring, just a completely new look, to these two characters. I definitely think, as far as like look wise, I think Pedro Pascal can definitely pull off the look of Joel. I definitely feel like he can, and I feel like Bella can pull off the look of Ellie. Like, she definitely got kind of some Ellie features, more so Ellie when she was younger. But I do hope in the TV series though that we see some stuff that we didn't get to see. I mean, at this point, like, that really should be the whole goal of the TV series. Like, I don't want to see just a copy and paste of Last of Us 1 just put into season 1 of this TV series. Like, I want to see stuff that they kind of didn't really dive deep into in Last of Us, just as far as like who really was Ellie's mom, stuff like that. Hopefully they can show more of that, just kind of how life was before the apocalypse hit, and the relationship Joel had with Sarah. I wonder if they're gonna have Sarah in this. Like I wanna as far as who knows how much seasons this is gonna have. Like, I feel like they have to see how the first season goes over. But let's say the first season does go over successfully and people are tuning in to watch this junk, and it is actually a hit. If that's the case, I want to see them explore things that we didn't really dive too deep into with the first Last of Us. Kind of life before the apocalypse. Man, to see, God, that's another thing. Like, I would love to see like a TV version of Tess, like, and dive more into the relationship that Joel had with Tess, stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that was in Last of Us 1, but they didn't really dive like too deep into it. It just you just kind of took it for what it was, but they didn't like really have like too much backstory with it. I would like to see like more of that before the apocalypse hit and stuff like that. I really cannot wait to see how they do the infected. Oh my god, that's probably the main thing I'm excited about for the TV series, how they do the clickers and like the bloaters and like the runners and stuff. And I'm actually I'm actually kind of excited for that, you know. But yeah, I mean, again, how I feel about this, I thought it would have personally been better if, you know, they decided to have a TV series, but have, you know, completely new characters or a new group, or have it be from the perspective of the Fireflies or Hunters, whatever, stuff like that. Because again, you got a lot to live up to. Last of Us Part 1 did Joel and Ellie really good. So we're gonna be constantly comparing, you know, the TV series of Joel and Ellie to like the games version of, you know, Joel and Ellie, and like really what can they do to, you know, one up what, you know, Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker did with Joel and Ellie in Last of Us Part 1. But, you know, since they did decide to take it this route, maybe they can, you know, bring something to the characters, you know, that the game really didn't, you know, dive too a deep on, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to watch, because again, even though Last of Us 2, you know, emotionally damaged a lot of us, like, I am still a fan of this series. I am just a fan of like any like post-apocalyptic, you know, setting, stuff like that, from movies to, you know, the TV series to books, whatever. I've just always been like fascinated with stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to tune in to watch this junk. Hopefully they, you know, can do it well. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about, you know, all the news and stuff with the HBO TV series of The Last of Us? And yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Got some more vids coming soon for y'all suckers. Be safe out here in these next gen streets. Till next time, I catch you on my next one. All right. Yeah.